Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for joining this evening. I hope the video is okay, video and the audio. Okay, let me check with Sabah 1 second. Let's give a minute until other people are joining. Hope you all can hear me okay. Okay. Thank you again. Today is a special class for dedicating this class for an invisible stream of health workers who have been dedicating their services in this epidemic. Last class that I taught, I dedicated the class to the frontline doctors, nurses who have been saving lives in this pandemic. But today, I would like to dedicate this class for the invisible set of workers, hospice workers, who are giving comfort to the dying patients, people who are at their end of their lives. So this is not an easy task, but although they do not get as much credit as they should, this is an attempt to honor them, appreciate what they do, and giving them comfort to the people who are dying, people who are, their friends and loved ones of the patients who are dying. But this is a great cause, and this is the attempt that I would like to dedicate this and honor those hospice workers, along with the doctors and nurses who are fighting in this pandemic. So with that said, the disclaimer, I hope you all can hear me. My energy may be low, but I will try to speak louder. The disclaimer is I cannot see you, and this class is not a substitute for our class at the temple where I can see, observe how students are practicing, how students are making progress. But this is something that it is better than not practicing together. This is way better than not practicing at all. So I really, really appreciate joining the class today. Again, just remember, this is your practice, so you be mindful of how you practice in today's class. So as we begin today's class, I would like to guide you to the process of, this is a cycle of life and death. I would like you to take in this process and cycle of life and death, and see how we begin the process as a yogis. And this is, and the most important thing is to understand how to die peacefully. Only then we know how to live fully and peacefully as well. So let's all go into the Shavasana. Hope you all can go into Shavasana, although I may be guiding you, but let's take it. Unlike in the regular classes, we do Shavasana only at the end. But let's go, begin with the Shavasana today. Everyone take a Shavasana, lie down comfortably, as if you are a corpse, as if there are no motion in your body, completely still, your mind and body. Only thing you're doing is breathing, completely relaxed, palms away from your body, completely resting on the ground. Take a slow, deep inhales, slow, deep exhales. Slow, deep inhales, slow, deep exhales. As you surrender, as you ground, as you melt into the ground. With each in-breath you take, the belly rises up. With each out-breath, the belly falls down. Only thing you're doing is complete mindful breathing while you're resting in Shavasana. As a yogi, we all need to know how to begin understanding the process of dying. This is why In Patanjali Yoga Sutras, in the 8 limbs of yoga, the first limb of 8 limbs of yoga is yama. Yama, we all know, yama is self-restraint, moral discipline, right? The other meaning of Sanskrit word of yama is death, the god of death is yama. There is a reason why Patanjali put yama as the first step in the 8 limbs of yoga, is because as a yoga student, we all need to understand death is a teacher. Death is the most powerful teacher. Death is the most powerful guide. So we have to let the process evolve. We have to let the teacher teach you the lessons of dying peacefully. Only then you would understand how to live fully, consciously, mindfully. So this is the reason why Patanjali selected yama as the first limb of yoga, first limb of Ashtanga yoga. Yes, yama also means the discipline where we practice ahimsa, satya, asteya, brahmacharya, aparigraha. We practice all these 5 moral disciplines as the first limb of yoga. But it also means the yama means the practice of dying, understanding, letting go that ego completely so that we can live fully, mindfully. In Mahabharata, in the longest epic of Indian epic, then Yudhishthira, the oldest of 5 Pandavas, was asked a question: what is the most amazing thing in the life? And Yudhishthira replied, was amazed by how man thinks that he can live forever, although he is looking death all around him, surrounding him. But he pretends like he's going to live forever. And that is the most amazing thing Yudhishthira thought. This is puzzling, and as an ordinary man, people do not understand how death can be a teacher, how death can be a guide. And this is why, this is like in ancient Vedas, it's like the tight flower bud refuses to blossom because it is afraid of dying. This is how, right? Unless and until we know how to live, and how to die, we cannot live fully. So this is why it is important. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna teaches Arjuna the process of dying at the very first step in the Gita on the battlefield. As a yoga student, we all need to know how to face death fearlessly, how to face death mindfully, calmly, peacefully. And that is the process. And that is what the teachings of Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. It's important to face fearlessly. It's also important to understand and embrace the impermanence in our lives. Nothing is permanent. We cannot live forever. We always face on a daily basis this process of dying. Our friends, our close friends, or maybe we may experience a death of a close friend, a death of a close relative, or maybe a death of distant relative. But it is all the process of understanding. Some people may experience their own death, the near-death experiences, but every one of them experience the luminous light, the brightest light in the process of dying. And that is what our process, that is our inner essence. And unless and until we are completely broken, shattered, we do not know what is the unbroken part of ourselves. So that is why it is so important. So as you breathe in, as you breathe out, calmly, mindfully, restfully, understand this process of dying is the beginning of process of life. The Krishna, the consciousness, is at the beginning, is in the middle, is at the end. The Krishna is life and the birth, and he is also the death. The consciousness, the infinite consciousness within us, the unbroken within us, the spirit within us cannot be killed. There's no birth, there's no death to that infinite, the unbroken self within us. When Dalai Lama was asked about the death, he said he gets excited when he thinks about the death because his process of meditation on every day on a daily basis includes how to get prepared to die peacefully. At the very last moment of the death, he knows how to live calmly, how to die peacefully, and he knows how to apply all the practices he has been doing at that moment. When our clothes get old, torn apart, we change clothes. So that is how the spirit, when our body gets old, it leaves this body, finds another body. So that is the process of dying and rebirth. So with that intention in your practice today, slowly, slowly, bring your awareness back to your body. Slowly move into the fetus pose. Roll on to the right side, completely like you're being reborn, completely being born in the mother's womb. Slow, deep inhale, slowly exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And slowly, slowly, with support, bring your awareness to asana, like happy baby in the crib pose. Begin to bring your body awareness, move your body, allow the breath cycle through, allow the energy cycle through as we rest in that happy baby pose. Slowly massage your spine, completely rest your spine on the mat. Keep your tailbone down on the mat. As you fold your right leg, extend the left leg, fold your left leg, extend the right leg, pretending like you're going to bite the big toe. Slow, deep inhales, slow, deep exhales. Just pretend like you're a happy baby in that crib. Just massaging your spine, slow, deep inhales, slow, deep exhales. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. So when you're ready, slowly keep your feet on the mat, feet, sole of the feet touching. The knees are bent slightly, the legs are in a diamond shape. You can bring your interlace your hands underneath your head. Slowly take a deep inhale. You can also extend your arms all the way behind your head. Inhaling, exhaling. As we inhale, extend your arms behind. As we exhale, slowly bring your chin to the chest, hands between your legs. You can also extend the legs all the way. Inhale, extend your arms behind your head. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. This is a good core warm-up. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. This time we're going to bring the forehead to the right knee. As we inhale, as we exhale, forehead to the right knee, and your arms are extended on each side of the right foot, right leg. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Slowly warm up your core muscles. Now this time we're going to bring the forehead to the left knee. Keep your legs separated as wide as they are. You're opening up your inner thighs, your limbs, and your legs. Inhale, arms extended behind your head. Exhale, forehead to the left knee. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Very nice. Slowly, this is slowly roll on to the right side, and then you can make a pillow with your right hand. You're going to slowly warm up our legs here. Fold your left leg, left knee, and then extend the left leg up to the sky. This is the Vishnuvasana. also called Anantasana, right? So slowly kick the leg towards the sky. Try to keep the left knee straight and pull the left leg towards your head. Slowly. So you can also place your left hand on the mat. See if you can swing your left leg all the way forward and all the way back. Forward and back. Forward and back. It loosens up your hip joints. Pumps a lot of blood into the legs. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So now roll onto the other side. We can do the same thing. Anantasana again onto this side. I'm rolling onto this side so I can see you, or at least you can see me. Hold on to the right knee, extend the right leg up, and try to balance on this, and then try to pull the right leg towards your head, as close as you can bring it. Vishnuasana, Anantasana. Deep inhale, deep exhale. If your leg is not coming too close, you can fold your knee, completely hug your knee to the chest, and then extend the leg. Maybe this may help you bring it closer to the head. So that's slowly extending. Now kicking the right leg forward and backward. Forward and backward. Forward and back. Forward and backward. Slow deep inhales and slow deep exhales. Okay, so hopefully you're slowly warming up. You'll do one more core warm up as you lie down. Legs like your shins parallel to the ground. Take a deep inhale. We do yogic bicycling. Quick core warm up. Deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Come back to the neutral. Head down. Take a deep inhale. Every time I count on my counts, exhales alternatively. Each leg extended. Opposite knee comes to the chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last one. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Extend your arms behind, arch your spine, massage your spine. Feel the gap underneath the spine. And as we exhale, sit up. So what happens after you're born? After you become a child and happy baby, you slowly become a young adult. Once you become a young adult, then you have more energy. You can do more things that you could do when you were a baby. But the most important thing is to keep that the nature of the child, the happiness within you as you grow up. So slowly bring your arms up, reach up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Notice when I'm exhaling, I'm bringing chin to the chest. I'm doing a Jalandhar Bandha. As I'm inhaling, trying to do the root lock or maybe abdominal lock as well. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Also notice I'm looking up as I'm coming up. Exhale, chin to the chest. So you apply the bandhas, the energy locks, as you practice the yoga. It's an important way of locking the energy and understanding the energy as you practice. So now this time, place your left hand on the right knee. Bring your right arm up. Support your spine straight. There's no need to lean back or fall back. Just support your spine straight. Keep the spine straight as you inhale. Elongate the spine. As we exhale, deepen the twist. Inhale one more time, reach up, and you feel that twist in your lower back muscles. As you exhale, deepen the twist. Turn your head back and feel the stretch on your left side of the neck muscle. Look through the right corners of your eye. Slowly come back to the center. This time, right hand on the left knee. As you reach up, inhale. Support your spine behind. Keep the spine straight. Elongate the spine as you inhale. As you exhale, deepen the twist. Turn your head back. Look through the left corners of your eye. And feel the stretch on the right side of the neck muscle. One more time. Inhale, elongate the spine. Exhale, deepen the twist. Very nice. Come back to the center. So we're going to do a few more. If you like to, place your left hand on the mat. Extend the right side. Lateral stretch. You can turn your head to the sky. There's no weight on the left hand on the mat. And this is completely opening up on the right side of the energy channel. Turning your head, feeling that stretch. You're resting between both heels. There's no weight on the left hand on the mat. Come back to the other side. Place your right hand on the mat, not too far away, not too close. You can gently do a lateral stretch. Feel the stretch on the left side of the body. Turn your head to the sky or to the ceiling. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Inhale, exhale. There's no weight on your right hand on the mat. Very nice. So that's just a one lateral stretch. So we can do a couple more if you like to. Just come on your knees, extend the leg. This is the gate pose. Extend the left leg. Slide your left hand all the way as we extend and elongate on the right side. And we switch on the opposite side. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And slowly come back to knees again. Now stretch the opposite leg, right leg. This time slide your right hand on the right leg, extend the left side. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Right, that's just a one couple lateral stretch. Let's do our standard warm-up, which is cat-cow. It opens up any tight muscles in your lower back and do pelvic tilt. So place your hands right below the shoulders, knees right below the hips, spine in the neutral, neck is in the neutral at the beginning. As we inhale, lift your tailbone, arch your spine, like you come into cow. Feel that release any tightness in your lower back and in the spine. Exhale, suck your belly in, round your spine, chin to the chest. Suck your belly in, engage your core muscles. The cat. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So anyone has tight lower back, this is the time to let go. So as you balance on both palms here, see if you can extend the left leg up, extend the right arm. Exhale, knee to the chest, round your spine like you're doing the cat. Elbow to the knee, right? Just bring the knee close to the chest, as close to the chest as possible. Inhale, come into cow, like you come into cow, kick the leg high. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Come back to our fours. And the other side now. Kick the right leg up. Extend the left arm. As you balance on one knee and one palm here. Exhale, knee to the chest. Elbow to the knee. Round your spine like you're doing the cat. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. exhale. Inhale, exhale. So now, as we slowly warming up, we're going to do any tight load shoulder muscles here. This is the time to let go, melt your shoulders. As you bring the right hand up, exhale, right hand, squeeze your right hand underneath your left armpit. As you rest the right cheek on the mat, make sure your right shoulder is on the mat too. Bring your left hand up, wrap your left arm behind, and melt your shoulder into the ground as you lift your left shoulder above right. Adding a twist here, a gentle twist. More importantly, you're melting your right shoulder. If you have any shoulder injuries, this is the time to heal, time to bring your awareness, blood circulation, energy circulation to that shoulder muscle. As you add a deep twist here, relax you. You can even close your eyes as you keep the right temple on the mat, right cheek on the mat, as you mindfully, consciously warming up. Come back to all fours again. This time we're going to do the left shoulder, left arm up, look up to the sky, and then squeeze your left arm underneath your right armpit. Turn your head so that the left temple is on the mat, left cheek is on the mat. Right hand is up, and behind, wrap your right arm behind your back as you bring your right shoulder up. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Inhale, exhale. If you have maybe one shoulder is worse than the other, I'm not sure. So just mindfully bring your awareness, consciousness to that part of the body where it needs more attention. As you melt your left shoulder on the mat, as you open up your right shoulder above the left, as you open your heart center, deepen the twist. Deep inhale and a deep exhale. Okay, slowly come back up to all fours. And here is the favorite pose of a young adult or a child or even adult. So just enjoy it. As you need, anytime you need a break, come into the child's pose. As you keep your butt between your heels, keep the spine on the mat, straight line, forehead on the mat. Relax your shoulders, bring your arms behind. As you cup your heels with your palms, just let go. Enjoy. Child's pose. Anytime you need to come into resting state, pose, this is the pose. You can take a break, come into this child's pose. Deep inhalations, deep exhalations. Child's pose has all the benefits of yoga mudra. It opens up all the energy channels, energy chakras. It's not only a deep relaxation pose, that's a deep opening up your energy channels and the energy chakras. As blood supplies to the brain. From the child's pose, you can slowly come up into plank, the first plank for the day. Palms right below the shoulders, engage your core muscles. Spine and the legs and the neck is in one straight line. So like a wooden plank, no arch, no bend, no curve in your spine here. A deep inhale. So you can do Ashtanga Namaskara, knees on the mat, soften the elbows, chest on the mat, chin on the mat, elbows right next to the body. Hips are not touching the ground, relax your shoulder muscles. Now slowly slowly bring your hips down, place your palms close to the body as you lift your upper body up into Cobra. Relax your shoulders away from your body. From your ears, actually. Shoulders are away from your ears. And you can keep your lower body on the mat. You can lift your kneecaps up, only the tops of the feet on the mat, even in the Cobra. Right from here, child's pose. From the Cobra, come into the child's pose. So we'll do a couple more times here so that you circulate your blood and the energy. Come into plank, deep inhale, Ashtanga Namaskara as you push up. As you come into inhale, come into Cobra. As we exhale, come back to child's pose. Inhale into plank, Ashtanga Namaskara. Inhale into cobra and exhale into child's pose. Inhale into plank, exhale into child, Ashtanga Namaskar, exhale into Ashtanga Namaskar, inhale into cobra, exhale into child's pose. Do a few times here. We're going to add in complexity and the difficulty here. As we come into plank here, we can do chaturanga here. Engage your core muscles. If that is too hard, you can always repeat the Ashtangas and cobras. Right? Your choice. Deep inhale, exhale, chaturanga. This time we're going to inhale, come out into upward facing up. These are already off the ground. Exhale into child's pose. Inhale into plank. Exhale into chaturanga. Inhale into cobra. Exhale into child's pose. Inhale into plank. Exhale into chaturanga. Inhale into cobra. Up down. And child's pose. You can always rest. You can always rest in the child's pose anytime you need a break. You can also do like a prayer, meditative pose in the child's pose. You can bring your palms into Anjali Mudra as you keep the forehead on the mat. You can bring your palms behind your head, like this way. A deep meditative resting pose. You're bringing an intention into practice. Understanding the process of evolution. Understanding the process of aging gracefully. From the youth, you will become more like a grown-up here. But even as you grow up, you need to keep that a lively child's perspective. And that is the beauty of practicing yoga. You never think that you are too old or too young to learn anything. Keep that beginner's fresh, beginner's mind in your practice. So from that, probably we do some salutations after that, and then some standing sequence asanas. As you come up, I may adjust my mat here because depending on how close to the camera or how far from the camera, I'm not sure. Palms to the Anjali Mudra, to the heart center. So to begin this sun salutation is a great way to honor the light. Think of each one of us as that inner light within us. Like the candle flame, it brights the shinest when it is brought into the darkest room. So unless and until we experience the process of dying, we would not know how the process of the living fully, mindfully. So as we inhale, reach up, arch back, come back to the neutral, exhale like a lead with your heart as you swan dive. As you fold forward, hinge from the hips, elongate the spine. Feel free to bend your knees. Keep your chest on your thighs, forehead to the knees. Engage your sacrum. The Swadhisthana chakra here in the forward bend, Uttanasana. Come halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Place your hands on the mat. Step back with the left leg. We're going to start with the left this time as in evening practice. Forehead up, focus on the Ajna chakra, the third eye. If you think this is too challenging, you can always keep the back leg knee on the mat. You can always make these variations as you need to, right? Place your palms on the mat, step back with right leg into plank, take a deep inhale. Exhale, Ashtanga Namaskara or Chaturanga, your choice. Inhale, Cobra or Up Dog, your choice. Knees are off the ground, whether you do Cobra or whether you do Up Dog. Only the tops of the feet touching the mat. Push the mat as you relax your shoulders as you come up into downward facing dog. Enjoy the downward facing dog. This is another deep resting pose. As you place your heels on the mat, that's the difficult part. Maybe you cannot keep both heels on the mat, maybe one heel at a time, like walk the dog, or eventually you can keep both heels on the mat, but more importantly, keep the spine straight, tailbone high, legs in a straight line if that's possible.
If you need to bend your knees, feel free to do that. Enjoy the downward facing dog. You can wag your tail, relax your hips, bring the right leg up. Actually, left leg up to the sky. Since we started with the left side, left leg up to the sky, deep inhale, 3-leg down dog. As you bring the knee to the chest, step inside your left leg, left hand, back to lunge. Forehead up, focus on the forehead. Make sure your left knee is inside your left hand. And you're always welcome to keep the back leg knee on the mat. Your choice. Focus on your Ajna chakra, the third eye. Drishti. The most important things to remember is alignment in your body, vision, the gaze, and the breath. Step forward with the right leg, fold forward, back to the Uttanasana. Engage your sacrum, the Swanistana chakra here. Chest on your thighs, forehead to the knees, and prepare to do reverse swan dive all the way up. Reach up to the sky, palms into Anjali Mudra, look up to the sky, and deepen the back bend. You're not falling back, you're just leaning back, arching back, opening your heart, opening your throat. Palms back to the heart center. Okay, I may adjust my mat here. Okay, let's do the second round of consolidation. Inhale, reach up, arch back. Keep your head squeezed between your biceps here as you deepen the back bend, as you open your heart, open your throat. Come back to the neutral as you inhale, exhale, swan dive. As you fold forward, chest on your thighs, forehead to the knees, fingertips on the mat. Inhale halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, swan dive. Now, as you step back with the right foot into lunge. Stay in this high lunge, normal lunge. You can always go into low lunge, to your choice. Forehead focused, focus on your forehead, Ajna chakra, the third eye. Exhale, left leg back. Take a deep inhale before you do chaturanga or ashtanga. Exhale. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Once you're in the down dog, stay there for 3 cycles of breath. As you practice the ujjayi breathing, victorious breath. As you inhale through the throat, exhale through the throat. Keep the spine in a straight line. Keep your heels tucked down, chin to the chest. Continue to inhale, continue to exhale. Practicing the ujjayi breathing. Victorious breath, inhaling and exhaling through the throat center. Stay there for a few cycles of breath. Remember, the first limb of asana is yama. Not just the moral discipline, it is the discipline of getting comfortable with the process of death. Every day we die a little. Slowly bring right leg up to the sky. Take a deep inhale. Step forward with the right foot. Back to lunge. Head up, focus on the forehead. Left knee on the mat. Feel free to keep the left knee on the mat into low lunge, your choice. Step forward with the left foot. Back to Uttanasana. Chest on your thighs, forehead to the knees. Uttanasana. Engage your sacral chakra. Inhale, reach up all the way. Reverse swan dive. Palms into Anjali Mudra. Deepen the back bend. Open your heart. Open your throat. And palms back to the heart center. And slowly bring your arms down. And this is the samasthiti. We call each one a state of mind. Close your eyes. Feel the equilibrium in you. The energy, the state of mind, the balance. The practice of Hatha Yoga is all about the harmonizing or balancing equally between the strength and the grace. It's not everything is about strength. It's not everything about the grace. It's the medium. It's that equanimity between those two. Let's continue to do a few more consolidations. Palms to the Anjali Mudra. This time we come into chair pose. Reach out, lift your toes, shift the weight to the heels, and then complete Uttanasana. Forward bend, engage your sacral chakra. Feel free to bend your knees, place your palms on the mat, walk your feet back into plank. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, chaturanga or ashtanga. You can always substitute. Inhale into cobra or abdal. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Exhale into abdal. 4 cycles of breath. Deep inhalation, deep exhalation. Remember, we're beginning with the left side. As in the evening, a little bit of a cooling practice, not as intense as the morning Saturday morning practice. So that's why we began on the lunar side, on the left side. Left leg up to the sky, 3 leg down dog. Step inside your left hand into lunge. But here, rather than staying on the lunge, we can go into low lunge just to see what the difference is. Right knee on the mat, come into Anjaneyasana. Deep in the back bend, arms into Anjali Mudra. Lift your heart, open your throat. This is the graceful pose, deep devotional pose. You can practice Bhakti Yoga in this. You can open your arms, bring your arms behind, extend your elbows as you interlace your hands behind, as you bring your shoulder blades together. You can also do a side twist, palms to Anjali Mudra to the heart center. You can do a side twist, right elbow outside of your left knee in the low lunge here, right? You can always do lots of variations. Palms on the mat, step forward, inhale back to chair pose. Arms on the mat, walk backwards, step backwards, jump back into plank, take a deep inhale, exhale, chaturanga, inhale, up dog, exhale, down dog. We're going to do the same thing on the right side. Just before we do anything, just enjoy the down dog. Enjoy the grace, the equanimous state of mind in every pose, in each and every pose. Allow that energy cycling through, the breath cycling through as you practice the enjoy everything. You can even close your eyes, bring your gaze inwardly. Focus on your inner gaze, focus on the inner light that constantly luminous, constantly illuminates the darkness within us. Right leg up to the sky. Feet leg down back. Step forward inside your right hand into lunge. This time we're going to do low lunge. Left knee on the mat. Come into Anjaneyasana. Palms into Anjali Mudra. Deep in the back bend. Lift your heart. Open up your throat. Make it a devotional practice. You can interlace your hands behind. Extend your elbows. Bring your shoulder blades together. Melt your heart into this pose. Inhalations, exhalations. Inhalations, exhalations. Get hips back on the mat. And slowly lift the left knee up. Back to Uttanasana. Chest on your thighs. Force your feet to bend your knees. Engage your sacrum. Inhale, come back to chair pose with capacity. Arms back to the heart. And close your eyes. Back to Samastiti. Equanimous state of mind. Just notice your breath. Notice your energy. Do a couple more. Arms to the Anjali Mudra to the heart center. Inhale into the chair pose. Exhale into Uttanasana. Prepare to jump back or walk back into plank. Deep inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Every time you come to down dog, just be it, honor it. Honor your inner self. As yoga teaches you, allows the process of honoring the relation with oneself, honoring the relation with the world, honoring the relation with the divinity, honor the relation with the sacrifices your loved one makes for yourself, and you make for your loved ones. So this is the understanding. This is when you understand all of these 4 phases, then you will understand you can live or die, but you live fully. Deep inhalation, Deep inhalations, exhalations. So as we begin, right leg up to the sky, step forward with the right foot. So we did it both sides, the low lunge, right? This time we're going to do the high lunge. Keep the left toes on the mat, come into high lunge. Back leg is up, palms facing each other, front knee is bent, back leg is straight. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Even in this high lunge, you can do a side twist. Right, left elbow outside of your right knee, palms into Anjali Mudra, deepen the twist in the high lunge. With the elbow has a leverage on the knee, you can deepen the twist, palms to the heart center. The right palm is pushing onto the left as we deepen the twist. Right back to high lunge. Front knee is bent, palms facing each other, and then fingertips on the mat. So back with the right foot. Take a deep inhale, exhale, chaturanga, inhale up dog, exhale, down dog. Enjoy the down dog every time you come to down dog. It's like a rest stop, be driving coast to coast. Full deep cycles of breath. Enjoy breathing. Inner gaze, focus inwardly, focus on that inner luminous light. When it is brought to the darkness, the most darkest, the more darker it is outside, the more brighter the inner light is. Left leg up to the sky, deep inhale. Step inside your left hand with the left foot, back to lunge. Keep the heel above the toes of the back leg, come into high lunge. Front knee is bent, back leg is straight, palms facing each other. Focus inwardly. You can deepen the backbone even in this pose. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Palms to Anjali Mudra. Bring the right elbow outside of the left knee. Deepen the twist. Left palm pressing onto the top of the right palm. Deepen the twist. Palms to Anjali Mudra to the heart center. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Back to high lunge. And let's finish up this consolidation. Both hands on the mat. Step forward with the right foot. And back to chair pose. And slowly stand up, palms to the heart center. And back to the Samasthiti. Close your eyes. You can even place your right hand on the heart center. Left side of your chest here. Left hand on your tummy. Just observe belly breathing. Stay present. Stay calm. And stay mindful. The whole purpose of practicing yoga, to understand the purposeful, lead the purposeful living. When you are afraid of death, you rob the purpose in your life. Unless and until you get in comfortable state, in friendlier terms with death, then only you would know how to lead a purposeful life. Palms back to heart center. Chair pose again. Exhale. Complete forward bend. Uttanasana. Palms on the mat. Jump your feet back or walk your feet back into plank. Deep inhale. Exhale. Chaturanga. Inhale. Up dog. Exhale. Down dog. Full cycles of breath. Stay. Enjoy the down dog as we need to. So the next set of asanas are even more fun and more challenging and more fun. Left leg up to the sky, 3-leg down dog. Step forward with the left leg inside your left hand. This time we're going to keep the back foot, into pigeon toes. The heel is on the mat. Front knee is bent. Back leg is straight. The legs are hip distance apart. And come into the warrior one. Virabhadrasana one. Even in this pose, you can add slight back bend. Try to open your heart. Palms facing each other. If you have no shoulder injury, you can, if your arms and legs, you can come into Anjali Mudra. Your choice. Just enjoy warrior one. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And focus on the drishti. You can look into infinite distance. And open your heart center. Take the lots of variations, right? So slowly straighten the front leg. Now align your feet one behind the other. Open your hips facing sideways. Extend your arms. Look towards your middle finger of your left hand and prepare to go into the Trikonasana. Reach forward, the triangle pose, left arm down, right arm up. Look to the sky. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Feel free to use a block here. If you need to use a block, and make sure the distance between the feet are right, the correct distance. The legs are straight. Feel free to use a block. As you, more importantly, focus on the alignment. Shoulders aligned. Right shoulder above the left. No weight on the hand on the block. As you inhale, reach to the heavens. As you exhale, reach to the mother earth. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. As you keep the legs straight, like you were doing in the Trikonasana here, just do the revolve Trikonasana, revolve triangle. Just bring the right hand down, left arm up. But observe your distance between the feet. You may need to adjust distance slightly as you need to. As you bring the right hand down, bring the left hand up. Try to keep both legs straight. Use a block as you need to. Just focus on aligning, keeping the legs straight, shoulders aligned, look up to the sky. It's all in the distance between the feet there. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Back to the triangle pose. And as you come back, you can again readjust the distance between the feet as you come back to triangle. So this time we're going to do the extended side angle. Keep the front knee bent. You can widen the distance between the feet. You can use a block as you need to. Come into the extended side angle. No weight on the hand on the block. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. If you like to challenge yourself, just keep lower the left shoulder down as low as you can go and sweep your left arm underneath your left thigh. And then make sure your right shoulder is above the left. Even if you're not able to touch or hook your fingers, but keep the right shoulder above the left. Try to open your heart center. Try to do the bandha here, binding pose. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Inhale, exhale. Even if you're not able to hook your fingers, or if you are able to hook your fingers, don't collapse the shoulders. Open up your right shoulder above the left. Look up. Deep inhalation, deep exhalation. And back to the side angle pose. This time we're going to do revolve side angle. Keep the right arm down, left arm up. But this is almost like the low lunge or high lunge you did. You can keep the right knee on the mat, or you can keep the right knee up. Your choice. We're not doing a side praying here, we already did. Right? So come back to the side angle pose. This time bring the left hand up, right hand back to warrior two. Front knee bent, back leg straight, relax into this pose. Inhale, exhale. Turning palms up, reverse warrior. Still keep the left knee bent, back leg straight. Continue to look into the mirror in your left palm. Smile into the mirror into the left palm. Back to warrior two. Okay, so this is the last challenging sequence. So slide the right leg halfway on the mat. Shift the weight to the left foot completely and come into half moon pose. One leg balances are challenging and equally fun. Keep the weight on the left foot, look down on the balance. Feel free to adjust the block as you keep the spine and the right leg is in a straight line. Inhale, exhale, relax, try to relax into each and every pose. Feel free to lower, but more importantly, keep the spine and the kicking leg in a straight line. Use the block as you need to. Keep the spine and the kicking leg in a straight line. The weight is on only on one leg. Ardha Chandrasana. Now revolve the half moon. So keep the right palm down. Maintain the balance on the standing leg. Maintain the hips horizontal to the ground. Maintain the extended leg and the spine is in a straight line. As you come into the revolve, Ardha Chandrasana. Palms to Anjali Mudra if you like to. Open up your arms like flying warrior and prepare to keep the spine on the right leg in a straight line as you balance on the standing leg and go into Warrior 3. If you lose balance, smile and come back. Palms into Anjali Mudra, Warrior 3. Palms back to the heart center and back to Ardha Chandrasana. Lower the leg down, slide back into Warrior 2. Look into the straight into the infinity and revert back to Warrior 1 and finish up this sun salutation. Palms into Anjali Mudra, left leg back, spine and the legs in a straight line. Deep inhale, exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Enjoy resting down dog pose. Deep cycles of breath. Energetic cycles of breath. As you surrender, as you dedicate your practice to the hospice, people who give comfort, keeping their lives at risk. In the most difficult phases of people who are dying, their loved ones. So jump your feet back or walk your feet back and back to chair pose. Arms to Anjali Mudra, arms down, back to Samasthiti, close your eyes. As you enjoy this Samasthiti, equanimous state of mind, I'd like you to remind in several cultures, like in Buddhism, Hinduism, like a Gita, is a manual, a roadmap, how to live, not only how to live, how to die peacefully. The Tibetan Book of Death, Bardo Toda, is the same principle. It's a handbook, it's a manual for the process of dying, the process of death. The Eastern cultures always embraced that death is part of life. They don't think death is negative. They allow the process of unfolding. Death is real. Death comes without a warning. Death comes naturally to everyone. No one can escape from it. Only thing you can do is best prepare for it. At the time of death, you apply all the practices of yoga, meditation, and then you will have the most quietest, most beautiful, the cycle of birth and the death and the life again. If you liberate through the moksha, then that's the end of the birth cycles. But that's the process of evolution. It's just not unique to one culture. Every culture has a different ways of dealing with the death. The process they know how to live. Palms back to Anjali Mudra, back to chair pose. Deep inhale. Exhale. Complete forward bend, Uttanasana. And jump your feet back or walk your feet back. Deep inhale. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Enjoy breathing. As you lift your tailbone high. As you melt your heart, keep your spine straight, press your heels on the mat. Right leg up to the sky, 3 leg down dog. Step forward inside your right hand. Prepare to come into warrior stance. Keep the heel into pigeon toes, keep the heel on the mat. The toes turn the pigeon toes, front knee bent, back leg straight. The legs are hip distance apart. You can keep your palms facing each other. If your palms allows, your shoulders allows, you can join your palms. Deep inhalations, deep exhalations. Make sure your front knee is bent, thigh parallel to the ground. The back leg is straight. If you feel your thighs are burning, that means you're doing it correctly. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. You can also open your heart, interlock your hands. You can do lots of variations even in this warrior as you're deepening the back bend, opening your heart. Right? You can always come back. Now keep it slowly, allow the front knee straight, allow the feet one behind the other, hips facing sideways, shoulders facing one behind the other, come into the, preparing to come into triangle pose. Look front to the front, look into my eyes maybe, reach forward, right arm down, left arm up, Trikonasana. As we inhale, reach to the heavens, as we exhale, reach to the Mother Earth. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Use the block as you need to. The triangle poses. And mindfully keep the distance, enough distance, just enough distance between the feet. As you come into the revolved triangle pose, you may narrow the distance. It's all in your what is comfortable to the body. So adjust the distance, but keep the knees straight. Left hand goes to the block, right hand up. You can also wrap your right arm behind. That allows you right shoulder up. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Revolve triangle. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Back to the triangle. And again, readjust distance. This time we're going to bend the front knee. Becomes the extended side angle. There's no weight on the hand on the block. Front knee is bent, back leg is straight. Look up to the sky. As the shoulders align, reach, inhale to the heavens. Exhale, touch the ground or the block. Inhaling, exhaling, no weight on the hand on the block. You can come into the revolved side angle. Left arm down, right arm up. We've already done this kind of like a high lunge in the high lunge, right? So we didn't do revolved high lunge, but this is kind of like a revolved high lunge. Just bring the right hand up to the sky. You can always do low lunge too. Even in this, keep the left knee on the mat. You're always welcome to change, modify. You can bring the right hand behind as you rock. Right shoulder revolve the left. Look to the sky. We're not doing a side plank. We already did that before. So go back to this side angle pose. And we'll, from here, come back to warrior two. Front knee is bent. Look straight into the infinity towards your middle finger. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Turn your palms up. Reverse warrior. Front knee is still bent. Look at your beautiful face in the mirror in your right palm. Smile. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. Back to the warrior two. This time we're going to shift the weight to the front leg. Slide the back leg halfway. Use the block as you need to. Shift the weight completely to the right leg as you kick the left leg back. Spine and the left leg is in a straight line. Half moon pose. Once you get balanced here, you don't want to come out of this pose. Keep the spine of the left leg in a straight line. Adjust the distance. Most importantly, the spine and the leg should be in one straight line. So there shouldn't be any angle at the hips. That means you don't want to keep the spine too low, but you don't want to keep the spine too high. The spine and the leg is horizontal to the ground. As you maintain the distance, as you maintain the balance on the standing leg. If you like to wrap your arm, that's okay. Just maintain the balance on the standing leg. When the revolved half moon, left arm comes down. You can bring the right arm up, or you can wrap your right arm behind. As you maintain the balance, notice your hips are in one height. Both hips are at one height from the ground. Horizontal to the ground. Don't allow the left leg drop. Keep the spine and the left leg is in a straight line. Palms to Anjali Mudra, to the heart center. Open up your arms like a flying warrior. And then prepare to come into warrior three. This is where your ultimate practice comes together. Warrior three. Virabhadrasana three. Palms back to the heart and back to half moon pose. Lower the leg down. If you smile, you can always come back. And it's challenging sometimes. Come back to warrior two. Smile. No one is judging you. It's your practice. And then prepare to end the sequence here. Palms into Anjali, back to the mat. Right leg back, spine and the legs in a straight line. Deep inhale. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Enjoy the down dog. Deep resting pose. Full cycles of breath. Inhalations, exhalations. Then prepare to walk your feet forward or jump your feet forward. Back to chair pose. Arms to heart center. Close your eyes. Back to Samasthiti. Observe your heartbeat. Observe your breath. Engage inwardly. If your breath is too fast, if your heartbeat is too fast, slow it down. So that's before we end this standing sequence, we do a couple of stand still poses. Maybe the one is the Nataraja Asana. Keep the balancing on the left foot. Hold on to the right leg inside your right ankle, left arm up. And maintain the balance on the standing leg. Kick the right leg back. As you maintain the balance on the standing leg. Deep inhalations, deep exhalations. As you kick the leg high, it should come above your head. Your knees are aligned. Right knee is behind your right shoulder. As you kick the leg high, you should be able to see your leg coming up above your head. The band standing on the left leg. The equanimous state of mind here, you can maintain the equanimous state of mind between the push and the pull, between the equal and the opposite forces, pulling you, pushing you in many directions. Reverse, arms back to Anjali Mudra. Take a moment, take a pause before we do the Nataraja Asana on the opposite side. If you like to close your eyes, you're welcome to close your eyes. Observe not only the belly breathing, as you slow your breath down, heartbeat and the rhythm of the breath calms, settles in your consciousness. As you open your eyes, now prepare to shift the weight to the right foot. Balance on the right foot, fold your left knee, reach for the ankle from inside, right arm up, and prepare to balance and prepare to kick the left leg behind. As you maintain the balance on the standing leg, try to bring the left knee behind your left shoulder. You should be able to see the leg coming up above the head. Balance on the standing leg. Maintain the balance, the harmony between the equal push and the pull. Opposite and equal opposite forces. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, and release. Palms to Anjali Mudra. Okay, so those are a few standing poses. Then we will do a couple of arm balances. Then after that, we do back bends and inversions. So take a moment here. Maybe if you'd like to take a child's pose, take a child's pose before we do some arm balances. As you rest in that child's pose. One of my favorite poet
is Rumi, Jalaluddin Rumi. I mean, I love his poetry so much, so that I picked one poem as Rest in the Child's Pose, which is relates to how he beautifully says about the death. Inside this new life, die. Your way begins on the other side. Become the sky. Take an axe to the prison wall. Escape. Walk out like someone suddenly born into color. Do it now. You are covered with a thick cloud. Slide out the side. Die and be quiet. Quietness is the surest sign that you have died. Your whole life was frantic, running from silence. The speechless full moon comes out now. Slowly from the child's pose, come into plank, palms right below the shoulders, extend your legs, shift the weight to the left palm as you begin to do the arm balance on the left side. Stack your right leg on top of the left as you bring the right arm up, side plank. If this is too challenging, you can always keep the right foot in front of the left. Or you can just stack your leg right on top of the other. The spine and the legs are supposed to be in one straight line. Look up to the sky. The weight is evenly distributed on the entire palm, including the fingertips. No weight on the wrist. Keep pushing your hips high. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. If anybody who likes to do advanced, students can go up one level up if they like to. Fold the right knee. Come into tree pose here. Do not keep it on the knee though, okay? If you come into tree pose, keep it above the knee. Or if you like to hold on to the big toe and kick the leg high, you're welcome to do that too. Back to plank and back to child's pose. Back to plank again, and do the arm balance on the other side. Keep your right palm below the right shoulder. Stack your left leg on top of the right. Keep your hips high as you come into the Vasisthasana here. Look up to the sky. If you need a variations, you can always make variations. Keep the left foot in front of the right. Keep breathing. If you like to go advanced, just fold your left knee, keep it above the knee of the right knee, or you can hold on to the big toe and kick the leg high. Do lots of variations, whatever makes sense for you in the arm balance here. Arms back to underneath, back to plank, and back to child's pose. Does not come from the brute force. It's not the brute strength, it's the more inner strength. You need to bring into the arm balances. It comes from your core, from within. When everything is broken, then you will realize what is the deepest part of yourself that is unbroken. And that is what matters the most. You do one more, maybe one more arm balances. Come into down dog this time. Deep inhale and the deep exhale. Right leg up to the sky. Fold your right knee, 3-leg down dog. Look between you. Your right armpit. No weight on the right arm here. Leg. Pivot on the ball of the standing leg. Allow the right foot touch the ground. Flip over. But keep pushing your hips high. Keep the left leg straight. No weight on the right.
leg touching the ground. No weight on the big toe touching the ground. Keep pushing your hip high. Weight is on one leg and one arm. Wild thing. Feel the freedom in this pose. And the joy. Keep the leg back up to the sky, back 3 leg down dog, and the lower the right leg down. And now this time, from the down dog, lift the left leg up to the sky. 3 leg down dog. Open up your left hip. Look underneath your left armpit. No weight on the left hand. Weight is on only on the right leg and the right palm. Pivot on the ball of the standing foot, and allow the left foot touch the mat. Big toe touches the mat. No weight on the left foot. Weight right leg is straight. Push your hips high. Weigh your wild thing. Deepen the back bend. Open your heart center. Weight is on one leg and back to child's pose. Those are a few arm balance, a couple of arm balances. And then we do some back bends, some inversions after that. So lie down on your tummy. Let's do like the Sphinx pose, the gentle back bend, forearms on the mat, this upper body arching back. Works on your lower back. Relax your shoulder muscles. Keep your feet on the mat, legs on the mat. You can even lift your kneecaps. Only the tops of the feet on the mat. From the Sphinx, if you like to do full cobra, you can extend the arms, extend the forearms, but make sure you roll your shoulders down. Don't lift your shoulders up. Make sure your shoulders, roll your shoulders down as you go into full cobra. Roll your head up, roll your eyes up. Where your gaze goes, that's where your attention goes. That's where your consciousness goes. Your consciousness determines your destination. That is in one line, simple summary of what you need to do at the moment of the dance. Where your consciousness goes, that's where your destination goes. Okay, so now, Dhanurasana. Fold your knees, bend your knees, reach for your ankles from outside. Take a deep inhale, exhale. This time when you inhale, kick your legs into your arms completely, the full bow. Completely arch your spine, upper body up, legs up, thighs up, hips up, everything up except your belly. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Deep inhale, deep exhale, and release. Place your hands on your head, turn your head to one side. Take a pillow, a deep resting, Makrasana, crocodile. Like lying down on the beach. The amphibian crocodiles, they get tired of swimming, come onto the beach and rest. We'll do one more back bend, and then inversion right. Come on your camel, come on your knees. You can do lots of variations even in the camel. You can curl toes under, you can ankle on the mat, your choice. Your thighs, your hips, your pelvis, Glued into the imaginary wall in the front. Place your hands in the behind, pushed into the wall, deep in the back bend. Try to keep your knees closer to each other, but not touching, closer to each other. Push your hips into the imaginary wall and lift the right arm up. And reach for the right heel with your right hand. But you can just lift the left arm up. You don't need to reach both heels. And make sure you're glued into the imaginary wall. As we inhale, push into the wall. As we exhale, deepen the back bend. With a grip on your heel. Inhale, push into the wall. Exhale, deepen the back bend. Okay, back to camel, half camel. Let's do the other side. Make sure you're pushing into the wall as you deepen the back bend. As we inhale, left arm up. Reach for the left heel, but not falling back, not leaning back. Push into the wall as you bring the right arm up. The reason we're not doing full camel is I don't want you to sacrifice alignment. I didn't want you to fall back as you reach for both heels, unless you're really, really comfortable. You're welcome to do that. Keep pushing your hips forward. Arching back. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And back to camel. And back to shared shoulder squats. Balasana here. Oh, are we grown up? Are we old now or what? Are we grown up? We're old, getting old. Process of getting old is also graceful. Right? We don't need to cling to it. As a student of yoga, we need to understand how to overcome the hurdles, the kleshas, the difficulties. Right? There are 5 kleshas. Just like there are 5 yamas, there are 5 kleshas, the difficulties. The first one is the ignorance. Second one is the asmita, ego. Third one is the attachments, raga. Fourth one is dvesha, the hatred. And fifth one is the most important one, is the abhinivesha, clinging on to the life. That's the most unhealthy, undesirable aspect of a yoga student. Clinging on to life. Not surrendering, not embracing, and not yielding. That's the difficult hurdle any yoga student has to pass through, is that abhinivesha. When you are overcoming that hurdle, when you are at peace within you, you're at peace with the world, you're in peace with your loved ones, you're in peace with your divinity, you're in peace with the entire sacrifices everyone makes around you. And you make it for them as well. And that's the most toughest one, but the most important one to overcome. Like the little tight flower bud which doesn't want to blossom because it is afraid of the death. If we never blossom, we will never see the fullness in the life. So that's important. You want to let go and enjoy the life. Enjoy the child's pose. Now rolling on to the back. Let's do a couple of inversions. Hug your knees to the chest. Massage your spine sideways. Legs up perpendicular to the body. Viparita Karani. Use a block if you need to. Use a block. You can use 2 blocks if you like to, or you can keep the block in a different directions. If this isn't enough, you can even bring the block this way. Just make sure you keep the hips above above the heart center. So in the process, in the inversion, the blood circulates towards the head, towards the brain from the heart center. That's the Viparita Karani. Just enjoy the beautiful inversion. And if you like to do full shoulder stand, you're welcome to do that. Or you can just enjoy, just keep the feet on the mat. This is like a semi cartwheel. If you like to keep the legs on the mat, you just notice your block is still under the hips. It's like this is like a semi cartwheel. or you can keep the legs up the wall, or you can go into full shoulder stand, or if you can go into full wheel. Place your palms on the mat, palms pressing onto the mat, and then push into the feet onto the ground and palms onto the mat, and then slowly come into the full wheel, your choice. When you come into full wheel, extend the elbows, deep inhalations and deep exhalations. Inhalations, exhalations. Inhalations, exhalations. And slowly come down. And those who like to do a full shoulder stand, go ahead. Those who like to do the full wheel, your choice. Or if you just want to do a different inversion, go ahead. If you want to do shoulder stand, just roll onto the shoulders and straighten the spine and the legs. That's the hard part, right? Right should be right above the shoulders. Straighten the legs right above the shoulders. No weight on the neck. Do not move the neck and the head. Give yourself enough time. The blood circulates to the brain using gravity. So Sarvangasana, clean at the asanas. And slowly lower the legs on the other side of the head into halasana. Interlock your hands behind. Press your hands behind as your feet touch the mat. Straighten the legs into halasana proper. This is a really good pose. Anyone has tight lower back helps you. And the interlocking your hands behind is a protection, self-protection. So you're not shifting the weight to the neck. Then slowly, with one vertebrae at a time, slowly lower the spine down until the legs come perpendicular to the body. Use your core strength and lower the legs down. And last counter pose for those inversions is the Matsyasana. You can place your hands, palms underneath the hips, extend the legs. Now support your body weight on your elbows. Keep the lower body on the mat. Just arch your upper body like a fist diving backwards. Shift the weight to the elbows as you arch your spine. Open your heart, open your throat. Your head can touch the mat, but no weight on the head. Say counter pose for those constricting your throat in your inversions. This opens up your throat. And slowly come back to the Shavasana again. See how the cycle of life and death and the birth is a samsara. In Sanskrit, it's called samsara. It's a cycle of birth and death. So finally, the yoga, the practice of yoga on your mat, every day reminds you how it is just a process. The process of dying is in our practice, and every day we practice yoga. There's no need to cling on to it. No need to restrain. Just embrace the impermanence. Completely inhale, completely exhale. Close your eyes. As you surrender to the ground, as you melt into the ground. This final resting pose, you can reflect. In the end, what matters the most? What will matter? How will the value of your days be measured? What will matter is not what you bought, but what you built. What will matter
is not what you got, but what you gave. What will matter is not your success, but your significance. What will matter is not what you learned, but what you taught. What will matter is every act of integrity, compassion, courage, or sacrifice that enriched, empowered, or encouraged others to emulate your example. What will matter is not your competence, but your character. What will matter is not how many people you know, how many people will feel a lasting loss when you're gone. What will matter is not what your memories, but memories that live in those who love you. What will matter is how long you will be remembered, by whom and for what. A life lived that matters is not of circumstance, but of choice.
When you're ready, hug your knees to the chest, massage your spine, just keep your eyes closed, and go back to the fetus pose. It's that cycle of evolution, and ultimately, until you're liberated, the cycle of birth and death continues. So go back into that fetus pose, and as if you're going to be reborn. That the Tibetan Book of Dead is all about that bardo, it's about the intermediate state. What happens after the death and before you reborn. And that is the intermediate state, that Tibetan Book of Dead is written by Padma Sambhavai, the Indian monk who traveled to Tibet. It's a great manual. It's a process of living and dying, and living fulfilly, sharing the compassion with all the living beings. Slowly, support one hand, slowly sit up. We're almost coming close to the end of the class. You can sit comfortably, use a block if you like to, or use a blanket if you like to. Sit comfortably as you do a couple of, maybe one pranayama and meditation. Not going into the full suite of pranayamas, maybe just one pranayama is enough for winding down. Just use your right hand, bring your two index fingers to the root of the thumb, and close your right nostril with the right thumb. Inhale through the left, like an alternate nostril breathing. Slowly you can go into Nadi Shuddhi, and as you maintain the ratio of inhaling, exhaling, and holding the breath into 1:4:2. If you inhale for 1 second, hold the breath for that becomes the Nadi Shuddhi. It's a cleansing of nasal passage, cleansing of your energy channels. So on your own, inhale through the one nostril. Now hold the, okay, I will lead you one cycle and then you can continue on your own. Inhale through the left. Close both nostrils, hold the breath. Open the right nostril, exhale through the right. Even if you want to do advanced Nadi Shuddhi, you can also hold pause on empty lungs in the same ratio as holding the breath. So it's really the ratio is 1:4:2:4. So you pause on empty lungs as well before you start to inhale through the right nostril. Close both nostrils, hold the breath. Open the left, exhale through the left. So from now onwards, you can go continue
doing the same thing on your own at your own pace. Next time when you exhale through the left nostril, you can stop. So the next part of our practice is just dhyana, the meditation. Only through dhyana we achieve that the compassion, the love that is required in this process of evolution. Only by being the bodhisattva, not asking for liberation, just sharing the compassion. That's what the meditation will do. Close your eyes. You can place your palms on your lap, on your inside your lap, or on your knees into dhyana mudra. Index finger touching the thumb. Close your eyes. Deep inhalations, deep exhalations. Just focus on your breath only. Anchor your focus on the Agni chakra, maybe your heart center, and then go deep inwardly from the external layer of the body, peeling away one layer at a time. Annamaya kosha, then the physical layer, energy layer, and then mental layer, and then intellectual layer, finally the blissful layer, until you reach to the soul, until you can touch your inner light in the middle of the darkness. And once you touch your deep within, the deep inner light, that's where you meditate. The pure, bright light within. You are the truth, you are the consciousness, you are the bliss for us. Arms in Vajra Mudra, bow down to yourself, bow down to the teacher, the death that is. The greatest teacher is the death and the guide. Thank you all for practicing with me. Namaste. Have a good night. See you Saturday. Or see you Wednesday.